Tensions are boiling over in Los Angeles. Tensions are boiling over in Los Angeles. For the first time since the George Floyd protests of 2020, military boots are back on the ground. But this time, it's not about police brutality, it's about immigration. In a stunning and controversial move, the Trump administration has deployed 2,000 National Guard troops to L.A. The reason? Escalating protests in response to a sweeping wave of ICE raids. What started as peaceful demonstrations has now exploded into chaos, confrontation, and a national reckoning. In Compton and Paramount, predominantly Latino neighborhoods, the anger is palpable. Streets that were once filled with neighbors and families are now battlegrounds. Tear gas clouds the air. Flashbangs crack through the night. And video from the ground tells a harrowing story. One of federal agents in riot gear firing projectiles into crowds. Protesters being dragged away. A teenage girl hit in the face by a tear gas canister while sitting in her mother's car. Not even part of the demonstration. Let that sink in. ICE officials say they're simply enforcing the law, targeting employers using fake documents. But the people on the ground are telling a very different story. They say workers, not criminals, are being grabbed. Friends, neighbors, loved ones. Rosa Ramirez choked back tears as she described the moment agents pushed her friend and her young daughter against a fence without warning. "This is not law," she said. "This is kidnapping." And she's not alone. Labor leaders, including SCIU President David Huerta, who was reportedly injured during Saturday's confrontation, are demanding answers and accountability. But instead of dialogue, they're met with rubber bullets and riot shields. President Trump, meanwhile, is applauding the National Guard's response. On Truth Social, he praised their actions as a great job in restoring order, while accusing California's leaders of allowing disaster to unfold. He even floated the idea of banning face coverings at protests, calling on city officials to quell the violence. Governor Gavin Newsom isn't having it. He fired back online, calling the federal deployment an escalation, not a solution. He warned that military presence could deepen the fear already gripping immigrant communities. And he questioned the very foundation of this operation. Is this really about enforcing the law? Or is it about sending a message? And now, the battle lines are not just on the streets. They're on your timeline. Social media is ablaze. Hashtags like #No More Raids and #ICE out of LA are trending nationwide. And protests are spreading.
Who's got the power?
New York City saw hundreds gather outside the federal courthouse, decrying what they call the breakdown of due process. Lawyers there claim federal agents are arresting migrants before they even get a chance to appeal their cases. Some asylum applications, they say, are being shut down in court, and silence. Meanwhile, the Department of Homeland Security insists its agents are under siege. They report a 400% increase in assaults while carrying out arrests. And yes, Some protesters have responded with rocks, firebombs, and rage. But many more are marching with signs, with chants, with hope that someone, anyone, is listening. The LAPD has made its position clear. They will not participate in mass deportations. But residents say they've seen local officers standing alongside ICE. That line between cooperation and complicity, it's blurring fast. So here we are. Los Angeles, a city known for its diversity, its resilience, its promise, is now a flashpoint in a national storm. Between law and liberty, policy and people. And the real question is no longer about raids or even resistance. It's about who we are and who we want to be. Will this city crack under pressure or rise with purpose? This isn't just a story about immigration. It's a story about power, about fear, about families, and about whether the pursuit of order can ever justify the chaos left in its wake. Stay with us as this story unfolds, and ask yourself, where do you stand?